episode of Riding with Jonathan. Today I am with Hillary Sosinski from the American Cancer Society. Welcome.
Hi.
It's good to have you. I'm good. Good. It's another episode. We're in a different area of Sioux Falls. Right here we're at the Canopy by Hilton, and you're gonna have an event here this fall, winter?
Fall, I think.
Fall?
November 7th.
November. We'll count that as fall.
Yes. No, we're so excited. We just kind of drove through, showed you around. They call it the Steel District.
Okay.
So someone way more talented than I am could tell you all about the history and whatnot. But what I know is we are moving our gala down here for the first time ever. And it'll be on November 7th. So we're excited to have a bigger ballroom space, a little bit more elevated experience for all of our guests, and then of course be right here downtown.
Exactly. So the Steel District, Sioux Steel used to be here, and so their plant was all here, and then they're like, hey, we need more stuff downtown, you guys got to move, and I think they did that. It took years.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. And then now we got live music, we got hotels, we got a lot of stuff going on. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Sure. So short end of it, I'm the party planner here in Sioux Falls for ACS, the American Cancer Society. But my title is the development manager,
Okay.
and I am home-based here in Sioux Falls. I work with a wonderfully talented and diverse group of volunteers putting on our gala. So event fundraising is really kind of my niche little area there.
And is it Sioux Falls, or do you have other communities that you guys cover?
Primarily Sioux Falls, but you know, with kind of those blurred lines of the towns and whatnot, you could say the greater metro area.
Okay. All right. And how long have you been doing this?
I have been in this role for almost a year and a half now.
You gotta honk at people and wave at people.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you that.
Tell me all the rules.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
a lot of responsibility. We're like parade royalty sometimes, so or we pretend we are.
Okay, I can do that. I got the princess wave.
Okay, yep, there you go. So even if they don't want to wave at them and
Yeah.
honk. It's good for
Okay.
the video.
Okay. I can do that.
All right, so you've been doing this for a while.
Yes.
And you did an event last year, and I actually was with you last year, I believe. We did one.
Yes.
And it was at a different location.
Yes.
And then that went well.
It went really well. I think, you know, our previous location was great. We just outgrew it, and there's nothing more you can say there. That team was awesome to work with, but you brought such a different level to our event, and really helped us raise a lot more money. I think our total was $60,000 more than the previous year.
Wow.
I know. Did you even know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh. And then we went about almost $12,000 over our goal, which was really exciting.
Nice.
Yes.
That's what we try to do, is
Yeah.
always
Oh,
go
yeah.
above the goal and do that. No, I
Yes.
didn't know it was that much more. So that is.
We doubled our paddle raise, which was I think it was almost $50,000 last year, just shy of it.
Okay.
Which that was ultimately what we hired you to do, was
Yep.
to help us grow that, and you far exceeded our expectations. So thank you again for that.
Yay, nice plug. I mean, it
Yes.
wasn't necessary, but that's good. So if somebody was coming to your event, what could they expect? I mean, this is going to come out sooner than your event is, you know, but
Okay.
but what could one person expect if they were to attend?
Sure. So one thing we do really well, and we focus really hard on at ACS across the nation, is enhancing our. Oh,
Sorry.
Princess Wave. No,
Yep.
I got it.
Oh, good job. A lot of people out.
We really focus hard on the guest experience. Really, from it's that first moment you walk into the venue until you leave that venue. What does each minute look like for the guest? What touch points?
Nice.
I love it. What touch points can happen ahead of time? Emails and relationship building and all of that. So we focus a lot of time on that. I think this year for sure, like I said, moving it downtown, it's going to be much more elevated and glamorous.
Okay.
Our theme this year is still holiday theme, but we're taking more of a winter wonderland twist on it, which will be really exciting. But then at the end of the day, you know, everyone in that room is going to come together and fundraise for the same cause, and that's the American Cancer Society.
And it is a great, fun event.
Yes,
I mean, it really, I enjoyed it. I mean, I do this quite a bit, but you know, there's some that you can just really tell they really mesh. Your team was excellent and did a great job.
Yeah.
And people really did enjoy themselves.
Yeah, we have 2 co-chairs, same as last year. So Shauna Kleinwaltrink from Plains Commerce Bank here in town, and then Candace Marcourt from Keller Williams. They're back for their 2nd year in co-chairing the event, and they're just so wonderful to work with. And really, it's their vision, and they kind of give the final stamp of approval on that whole guest experience thing. Of course, they have a huge hand in fundraising and bringing in the guests that we have. So it's wonderful to work with them.
And it's nice to have, I mean, you don't always have the same chairs or co-chairs, but it is nice for 2 years in a row, just because they know what to expect.
Exactly.
They've been there, they've done it. There might be some things that they're like, hey, we want to change this or we want to do this.
Yeah.
And they're in that position where they can do that. And that just makes it really nice.
Yeah.
So,
you know, having them for 2 years, that first year, it's really kind of figuring things out, staying on the success from the previous year. And then year 2 is when you can implement some changes and whatnot. And if they were interested in coming back for a 3rd year, we would have gladly accepted, but we are currently on the hunt for our next chairs. So
there you go. So people can attend the event, and then they could potentially be a chair of it or a co-chair of the event, and then they could put, you know, their input to it and see what that does.
Now, hopefully, by the time this airs, I should clarify this, we do have an ask out, so hopefully we have a yes, but I'm not going to tell you any more than that.
Okay.
That gets announced at the event.
Yeah, because this one might come out even real soon.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but if you're watching this, it already came out. So, ta-da! So it's before November. It'll come out before November.
Okay.
This should not be then. So, let's see. What else can you tell us about the American Cancer Society? What would you? Oh, let's just do this. What would you say for somebody else in your position? What has been something that you learned from this job that you think other people should kind of know about?
You know, I had no idea that, you know, obviously the American Cancer Society, it is nationwide. I didn't realize that every state and even further every greater metro area had their own team of people. And within that, you know, there's different pillars that people are working towards. So me specifically, I'm development. Everything I do supports my other partners in the patient support pillar, our research pillar, and then our advocacy pillar. And so that was really, really eye-opening, just how everyone kind of works together, but then also works as one team across the nation. Additionally, I had no idea that after federal funding, we are the #1 cancer fighting organization to support research and patient support programs across the nation.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no idea. That blew my mind when I started and learned that.
All right, so you are in contact with other chapters and things like that, and you guys do work closely and do training, and you see what other people do in their areas.
Yes.
And as I mentioned, a lot of times, like some people, when I work with organizations like yours that have chapters all over, they're like, well, this is how everybody does it. But the problem with that is everybody's different. Like the East Coast and West Coast, that's different than what we're dealing with in the Midwest and how people are and stuff like that. So sometimes you got to put your own twist on it.
Exactly.
Or make it, cater to the people you have. Because what I do at events in Sioux Falls, I wouldn't do in, when I go to San Francisco.
Sure.
It's just different.
But you have a framework, you have standards, and so do we. We have a really great team that supports nationwide for all gala and golf, and they have developed an incredible set of standards, including revenue standards, leadership standards that I do follow, but knowing that we can tweak them ever so slightly to fit what we need. There's templates that they create that I can tweak for what we need, and that truly allows everyone's gala to be different but all the same at the same time, if that kind of makes sense, like I'm sure you see.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, because for all the organizations that work with me, you can tell that I try to steer everybody in the same manner, and for what's working for this area. But they all have their own little twist to them, and they're all different in their own way, and that makes them special.
Yep.
What is your favorite thing to do? For your job? What is your favorite thing that you're like, I love it when I get to do this? What is that?
So my background is in athletic fundraising.
Okay.
And so I always call it game day. The event day, the game day. Getting to see all my months of work or weeks of work, whatever it may be, come together and be executed, and then see all of the guests enjoy what we have put together and are putting on. That's the best part. It truly is. It makes all those hours and all those meetings totally worth it.
But it goes fast. I tell people,
so fast.
It's like your wedding. When you plan your wedding or a big event like that, you put so much time and energy and thought into it, and then it's over and you're like, whoa, and so
it's 9 o'clock.
The event is the same way. Like all that work, and it so intricately, and everything about it, and then then it's done, and you're like, wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
And it does. And then the other thing I tell people is they're always worried, like, what if something doesn't go or as planned or whatever? And there's always things that happen.
Sure.
But the good thing is not only a few people even would notice.
Exactly.
And so there's no sense fretting about it, because maybe only 4 or 5 people would know that it wasn't supposed to happen like that.
Usually, when after the event, you kind of review everything that went good, went bad. That bad section is always bigger, and it's everything that we see wrong, but guests not necessarily. They're not going to notice that we didn't start on time, or that you talked too long.
I do talk too long sometimes, but only if they're giving me money.
Oh, fair.
I stop when they stop giving me money, unless I can get a little bit more. But that is the truth of it. I mean, and you need to analyze your event afterwards, because you can always improve. I mean, and that's great.
Absolutely.
Just to go in there and just kind of build on that and see what you can do.
Yeah.
Like now this year we have a whole new set of records that we have to break.
Yep.
So
it's in the back of my mind every day.
Yeah, so now we're not done. I mean, we just made it a little bit, we just raised that bar, and then we have to go above that a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, so game day, the event, that's your favorite part. So if you could do that every day, you would like that.
Well, yes and no.
If you didn't have to plan it, you like that aspect of it, I guess is what I'm saying.
Maybe not every day.
Not every day.
100%.
It's a little bit stressful.
Yes. But in the best way. Really.
Yeah, it's my favorite time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. You get it.
Yeah, well, absolutely, because then it is all coming together. I mean, I do a lot of consulting and stuff beforehand, and that's great, so that game day goes really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you just go out there and you're like, let's do this, let's break those records, let's raise this money and help people have a wonderful time. So yeah, I get it. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. What else do you want to add? I could think of other questions, though, I'm sure.
No, keep going with your questions.
Okay. Let's see what. Okay, did I ask you how long you've been with American
Yes.
Cancer Society?
Yes.
All right, we did that. We covered that. Your
See, do
favorite.
you have like rapid fire questions?
No, because I'm just driving and I'm trying to figure out where
okay.
I'm at and then
you're
what I'm gonna
doing
do.
fine.
So, okay. So if you could do anything, I'll pull this one out right now. It does, like, if you could do anything and you didn't have to worry about money, what would you do?
Yeah, that's tricky because there's so much I could do, which that's great. I would not make the event bigger. I think.
No, this is you personally. This is not your event. This is you, like, Hillary's going out in the world and you can do any job.
Oh.
Anything.
Okay, well, I always said if I were to win the lottery, the first thing I would do is I would buy, or not buy, I would hire a personal chef that also does the meal planning, cooking, the cleanup, all that. I would, of course, call my lawyer, make sure no one gets a hold of me that shouldn't. I would invest some of it. I would continue to work, but then I would do something with fostering, adopting, partnering with the area dachshund rescue.
Okay.
I am a big advocate of dachshunds and their health, and if I could just work with puppy dogs all day, oh, that would be so great. But
yeah,
we need to pay the bills, so.
Unless you can find, but there are like rescues and stuff. I worked with a few of them, but yeah.
The Dakota Dachshund Rescue here in town, I would do everything for them if I could.
This hill is my nemesis.
It is. It's terrible.
I do not like it in a manual. I've said it in many videos. I don't know why I always end up here. When I started driving my Volkswagen Bug at 14, I dreaded that. Okay, so you're going into fostering animals and a private chef and meal planning, because that is like, what are we going to eat? What are we going to do?
They don't tell you that in school, that when you grow up, you have to constantly feed yourself.
Well, and then you have to know, like, my wife constantly asks, like, what do you guys want for supper?
Yeah.
And it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
But it's even more exhausting because she's the one that's got to ultimately prepare it if we don't do it, you know, just to get those ideas. So I think that might be something you could do, is just help people, you know, set up a thing with like meal ideas. I'm sure there's stuff on the internet that you can do that with. But
that's a good idea.
see, you can fill that niche. But it is fun to think about, what would we do if we didn't.
What would you do?
What would I do? I would do this.
Oh,
I think I would do this. And that's the great thing about what I do, is I feel I'm very blessed. My kids don't think I work because they go to auctions with me and they think it's so fun.
Oh, sure.
So they're like, no, Dad doesn't have to work. You know, they don't see, you know, all the background and the stress that goes involved with it. But that's all right. They're kids.
Turn here.
I can turn here?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to turn here. All right, we are getting back to where we're going. We are going to be wrapping this up, but I want to thank Hillary for joining me.
Thank you.
We had a great time and we got to see some of the downtown in the Steel District.
Yeah.
So what's the date of the event again?
November 7th, doors will open at 5:30.
Okay.
Yes, we
And
are nearing some being sold out, but we're not there yet, but we're closing in on it. So.
all right, so even now, even though it's in November, be sure to get your tickets and find out. So, all right, thank you very much, and we'll see you guys on the next one.